These vehicles are on their way to Douma. After meeting Syria's foreign minister in Damascus, a team of international chemical weapons experts will finally investigate last week's suspected chemical weapons attack that killed dozens of people. But their report will not lay blame, only either confirm or deny an attack took place.
They're anxious to get on-site samples, soil samples, any liquid or air samples they can. But of course, this is a week after the alleged attack in Douma. And they're also anxious to interview all witnesses, any and all victims, all medical personnel, and to try to evaluate any remnants of any weapons that might have been used to fire the chemical agents.
But there are international concerns. On Sunday, the Syrian army celebrated a retake of Douma after the last of the rebels traded in for safe evacuations. Their presence has cast some doubt that inspectors can do their job unimpeded. The Syrian regime has already denied involvement in the chemical attack. President Bashar al-Assad met with Russian lawmakers on Sunday. His regime said the US-led retaliation airstrikes were an unfounded act of aggression.
The aggression on Syria has not stopped for 7 years. It took many forms. This is a kind of treachery. And through the statements of the American officials, we expect more attacks will come later, so we have to be ready for more attacks.
After the US, France and the UK fired over 100 missiles at suspected chemical weapons facilities and military posts, Russia called an emergency UN Security Council meeting. But their motion to condemn the airstrikes voted down by member states. Russia says aggression toward the Syrian regime would lead to chaos in international relations.
The Russian Defense Ministry has plenty of evidence that on April 7, a planned provocation was carried out in Douma with the aim of misleading the international community. The provocation's real purpose is clear to everyone. It is to enable the United States to launch missile strikes against Syria.
The US and its allies have promised further airstrikes if chemical weapons attacks continue. Although the coalition strike was made without UN approval, they say it was the right move.
There's one overwhelming reason why this was the right thing to do, and that is to deter the use of chemical weapons, not just by the Assad regime, but around the world.
Meanwhile, Assad is consolidating power. His retake of Douma came with Russian airstrikes, Iranian militias, and Syrian ground troops. It's expected he'll now turn his attention to Idlib in the northwest, as it's the largest area in Syria still under rebel control. Reagan Des Vignes, TRT World.